To make someone think about you endlessly, you must first understand the principle that your thoughts are living, powerful forces. What you imagine and dwell upon in your mind is continuously radiating outward, influencing the minds of others. When you focus on a specific person with intensity and clarity, you are, in essence, sending a constant signal to them. This signal is the key to planting yourself in their thoughts. The power of focused thought is the cornerstone of shaping your reality and influencing others. Everything begins with thought, and your thoughts are far more powerful than you may realize. When you direct your mental energy toward a specific person with deliberate focus, you are not merely daydreaming, you are actively sending out a signal that can be felt by the recipient. Your mind is like a powerful broadcasting station. Every thought you think emits a frequency, and when that thought is concentrated with enough emotional energy and clarity, it becomes a force that shapes not only your internal world, but also influences the minds of others. This is why focused thought is essential. If your thinking is scattered or half-hearted, the energy behind it weakens, making it less effective in creating the desired response. To make someone think about you non-stop, you must become intentional in your focus. Casual or fleeting thoughts will not have the same effect. You must enter a state of deep concentration, where the image of this person becomes vivid and real in your mind. The more you focus on them with intensity, the more the mental energy builds. This focused energy acts like a magnet, drawing their thoughts toward you. But it's not just about thinking of them, it's about directing your mental energy in a way that creates an emotional impact. Imagine their face, their voice, their presence as if they are already with you. The more vivid this mental picture, the more your focused thought takes on a life of its own. It begins to impress itself not only on your subconscious, but also on theirs. When you understand that thoughts are things, you realize the immense power you hold. By concentrating your thoughts with purpose, you are creating a mental blueprint that has the potential to manifest in the mind of the specific person. They may not know why, but suddenly they will find themselves thinking of you more frequently, as if your presence is lingering in their consciousness. The secret to focused thought lies in consistency. Just like water can carve through stone with enough persistence, your focused thoughts over time create an impression so strong that the person you are thinking about will feel compelled to think of you. Each focused thought strengthens the energetic connection between you and the other person, making it easier for your thoughts to penetrate their awareness. The power of focused thought allows you to influence someone's mind without ever speaking a word. Your mental energy does all the work, creating a powerful bond that compels their attention toward you. This is not about manipulation, it's about recognizing the natural connection between minds and using the power of your own thoughts to direct the energy in a way that serves your desires. The idea of an energetic connection is rooted in the understanding that we are all connected through an invisible yet powerful field of energy. Every thought, feeling, and intention you hold is not isolated to your mind alone. It reverberates out into the world, touching the consciousness of others. When you focus on a specific person, you are sending out energetic vibrations that can be felt by them, even if they are not physically present. This connection is subtle, but incredibly powerful, influencing how the person perceives you and thinks about you, often without their conscious awareness. The first step to harnessing this connection is to understand that energy flows where attention goes. When you direct your mental and emotional energy towards someone, you are creating a bridge between your mind and theirs. This bridge allows your thoughts, emotions, and desires to flow across it and subtly influence their awareness. It's like tuning into a specific frequency on a radio. If you consistently focus on someone, you are essentially tuning your energetic frequency to theirs, creating a strong connection that they will begin to sense, even if they don't fully understand why. Your thoughts carry more weight than you realize. They are not just random mental chatter, but are actual energetic transmissions. When you think of someone, especially with intention and emotion, you are sending out an energetic signal that is picked up by their subconscious mind. This is why it is so important to be mindful of what you are thinking and feeling when you focus on someone. If your thoughts are filled with love, positivity, or a sense of connection, those feelings will be transmitted to them. However, if your thoughts are scattered, doubtful, or filled with anxiety, that energy will also be felt. The key to establishing a strong energetic connection is to focus on thoughts and feelings that are aligned with what you want to experience. One of the most effective ways to strengthen this energetic connection is through visualization. When you imagine the person in your mind, don't just see them as a distant figure. Bring them to life in your imagination. Picture their face clearly, imagine their voice, and feel their presence as if they are with you in that moment. The more vivid and detailed your visualization, the stronger the energetic signal you are sending. You are essentially impressing your thoughts onto the energetic field that connects you to them. Over time, they will begin to feel a pull toward you, as if something is drawing their attention in your direction. Emotion is another critical factor in creating a strong energetic connection. Thoughts without emotion are like empty vessels. They may exist, but they carry little weight. When you add emotion to your thoughts, you infuse them with life and power. If you want someone to think about you, you must not only visualize them, but also feel the emotions associated with them thinking about you. Feel the joy, the excitement, or the love that comes from knowing that they are thinking of you. Emotion acts as a magnifier, amplifying the energy behind your thoughts and making the connection between you even stronger. It's important to remember that energetic connections work both ways. Just as you can influence someone's thoughts through your energy, their energy can influence yours. This is why you must remain attuned to your own feelings and state of mind when focusing on someone. If you find yourself feeling anxious or doubtful, take a moment to center yourself. Breathe deeply and realign your thoughts with the outcome you desire. The more centered and confident you are, the more stable and strong the energetic connection will become. Another key aspect of this connection is trust. You must trust that the connection is real, even if you don't see immediate evidence of it in the physical world. Often the energetic shifts you create take time to manifest in the external world. It is possible that the person will begin thinking of you more frequently, but they may not act on those thoughts right away. Trust that the connection is growing and that, in time, it will lead to the results you seek. Your beliefs about the connection also play a significant role. If you doubt that your thoughts and energy can influence someone else, you weaken the very connection you are trying to build. On the other hand, if you believe wholeheartedly that your thoughts are powerful and that the energetic connection is real, you will strengthen that connection. Belief acts as a conduit for energy. The stronger your belief, the more fluidly your energy will flow toward the person, deepening the connection. The energetic connection is also strengthened through consistency. A single thought or a moment of focus is not enough to create a lasting impact. You must repeatedly send out the same signals day after day until the connection becomes natural and effortless. This doesn't mean obsessing over the person or constantly worrying about whether they are thinking of you. It means calmly and confidently holding them in your mind, knowing that your energy is reaching them. Over time, this repeated focus creates a bond that draws their thoughts toward you. In summary, the energetic connection between you and a specific person is a powerful tool that can be cultivated through focused intention, emotion, and belief. By consistently directing your thoughts and emotions toward them, you create a bridge of energy that allows your influence to reach their mind. The more you believe in and trust this process, the stronger the connection becomes, eventually leading them to think of you without understanding why. When you assume they are thinking of you, you are embracing one of the most powerful mental practices that can shape your reality and bring your desires closer to manifestation. This principle rests on the foundation that your assumptions, when held with conviction, have the ability to influence your experience of the world. What you assume to be true is reflected back to you in your external circumstances, including how others perceive and think about you. To assume someone is thinking of you is not a passive wish or idle hope. It is an active mental discipline where you deliberately take on the belief that your thoughts have already penetrated their mind and they are now dwelling on you. This assumption must be embraced fully, not as something that might happen, but as something that is already happening. When you commit to this assumption, you create a mental atmosphere that attracts the very outcome you desire. The first step in making this assumption is to suspend any doubts or fears that may arise in your mind. Doubts can weaken the power of your assumption, causing you to revert to a state of disbelief. You must train your mind to reject any thoughts that contradict your desired outcome. Instead, feed your mind with the certainty that they are already thinking of you. See it as a fact, as natural as the rising of the sun. This certainty generates a powerful energetic shift, aligning your inner world with the external reality you wish to create. When you assume they are thinking of you, you must embody that feeling in every aspect of your being. This means acting, speaking, and thinking as if it is already true. Your body language, your mood, and your inner dialogue should reflect the assumption that you are constantly on their mind. You are not trying to convince yourself or force the belief you are simply living from the state of already having what you want. This state of being is magnetic, drawing the corresponding reality toward you. Emotion plays a critical role in this process. You cannot assume without feeling. The assumption must be accompanied by the emotional experience of knowing that they are thinking of you. When you close your eyes and imagine them thinking about you, feel the warmth, the joy, or the sense of connection that this brings. The stronger your emotional response, the more real the assumption becomes in your mind. This emotional charge acts as fuel, giving life to the assumption and sending out powerful vibrations that reach the other person. It's important to understand that this assumption creates an energetic link between you and the person. When you hold the belief that they are thinking of you, you are not only shifting your own internal state, but you are also influencing their mental and emotional space. The energy of your assumption begins to influence their thoughts, subtly guiding their awareness toward you. They may not know why, but they will start to find themselves thinking of you more often, feeling a pull in your direction. Consistency is key when assuming someone is thinking of you. One moment of belief is not enough to create a lasting effect. You must persist in this assumption until it becomes second nature. Each time your mind tries to revert to old patterns of doubt or fear, gently remind yourself that they are already thinking of you. The more consistent you are in holding this assumption, the stronger the energetic connection becomes, and the more likely it is that they will begin to think of you constantly. Assuming they are thinking of you also means letting go of the need to force or control the situation. You do not need to take external actions to make them think of you. Your mental state alone is enough. When you truly believe that they are already thinking of you, there is no need to chase, beg, or plead for their attention. Instead, you attract their thoughts effortlessly because you are radiating the energy of someone who is already in their mind. The power of assumption works best when it is done from a place of calm confidence. You do not need to be anxious or overly concerned with how or when they will think of you. Trust that the assumption is already working, and relax into the knowing that it is unfolding exactly as it should. This relaxed confidence sends out a strong signal that you are certain of the outcome, which further strengthens the connection between you and the other person. A key part of assuming they are thinking of you is visualization. As you hold the assumption in your mind, take a few moments each day to close your eyes and imagine them sitting alone, thinking of you. Picture them feeling a sense of curiosity or attraction toward you. See their face, hear their voice, and feel their energy as if they are reaching out to you mentally. This visualization amplifies the power of your assumption, making it even more real in your mind and theirs. Finally, understand that when you assume they are thinking of you, you are stepping into a creative role in your life. You are no longer passively waiting for circumstances to change. You are actively shaping your reality from within. This is not about manipulation or control. It is about recognizing the power of your thoughts and using that power to create the experiences you desire. By assuming they are thinking of you, you are aligning yourself with the version of reality where they cannot help but have you on their mind. In this way, the assumption becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you believe they are thinking of you, the more they will. And as you persist in this belief, you will find that the external world begins to reflect your internal state, drawing them closer to you and making your presence felt in their thoughts. To visualize with emotion is to tap into one of the most powerful forces for shaping your reality and influencing others. Visualization is not merely about seeing a mental picture in your mind. It is about fully immersing yourself in that vision with intense emotion, allowing the scene to become so vivid and real that it feels like you are living it in the present moment. When you combine clear, focused imagery with deep, authentic emotion, you ignite a powerful process that communicates your desires directly to the subconscious mind and the larger energetic field around you. This practice becomes even more potent when it comes to manifesting a specific person's thoughts toward you. At the core of visualizing with emotion is the understanding that the subconscious mind responds to feelings more than anything else. The clearer and more emotionally charged your vision is, the more real it becomes to your subconscious. This is because the subconscious does not differentiate between what is imagined and what is physically real. It simply reacts to the emotional intensity you are experiencing. When you visualize with emotion, you are feeding your subconscious the sensory and emotional data it needs to believe that what you are imagining is already happening. The key to making this technique work is to fully commit to the experience in your mind. When you sit down to visualize, close your eyes and place yourself in the scene as if it's happening right now. If you want a specific person to think about you, imagine them doing so with all the vividness you can muster. See them sitting in a quiet moment, their mind naturally wandering to thoughts of you. Imagine their face lighting up with curiosity or affection. Picture them remembering a conversation you had, replaying your words in their mind, or smiling at the thought of seeing you again. The more detailed the visualization, the more convincing it becomes to your subconscious mind and ultimately to theirs. But simply seeing this image in your mind is not enough. You must also feel the emotions associated with it. Ask yourself, how does it feel to know that they are thinking of you right now? Does it fill you with a sense of joy, warmth, or excitement? Do you feel a connection to them, as if there is an invisible thread linking your thoughts to theirs? These feelings are what make your visualization powerful. Without emotion, the image remains flat and lifeless, but with emotion, it becomes a living, breathing reality in your mind. The emotions you attach to your visualization are what send out the strongest energetic signals. Emotion is energy in motion, and when you feel deeply, you radiate that energy outward. In the case of visualizing a specific person thinking of you, this emotional energy reaches them on a subtle, subconscious level. They begin to pick up on your thoughts, often without even realizing it, because the emotional charge behind those thoughts acts like a magnet, pulling their attention in your direction. This is why it's so important to focus on positive emotions, joy, love, excitement, when you visualize. These emotions carry a high vibrational frequency that naturally attracts the kind of response you want. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your emotional connection to your visualization is through sensory involvement. When you visualize, don't just see the scene, experience it with all your senses. Imagine the sound of their voice, the warmth of their touch, or the feeling of their presence nearby. If you're visualizing them thinking of you, imagine the subtle sensations that would come with that knowledge: a flutter of excitement in your chest, a warm glow in your heart, or a sense of calm knowing that they are focused on you. Engaging all your senses deepens the emotional impact of the visualization, making it feel more real to both you and them. Consistency is crucial when visualizing with emotion. The more often you practice this, the more it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. You begin to train your brain to expect that this person is thinking of you, and as a result, you start to act, think, and feel in alignment with that reality. This internal shift then radiates outward, creating a powerful energetic pull that influences the other person's thoughts and feelings. Over time, they will begin to think of you more often, drawn by the emotional and energetic signals you've been consistently sending. It's also essential to remain patient and trust in the process. Sometimes the effects of your visualizations are not immediately apparent in the physical world. But just because you don't see instant results doesn't mean the energy isn't working. Every time you visualize with emotion, you are planting a seed in the subconscious mind of both yourself and the other person. These seeds take time to grow, but with persistence, they will eventually bear fruit. Trust that the emotional energy you are putting into your visualizations is creating the desired connection. Even if you don't see the full results right away, One of the most common pitfalls when it comes to visualization is allowing doubt or fear to creep in. If you find yourself wondering whether they're truly thinking of you, or if you feel anxious about whether the visualization is working, you are introducing resistance into the process. This resistance can weaken the emotional charge behind your visualizations, making them less effective. Instead, practice surrendering to the experience. Once you visualize with emotion, let it go and trust that the energy is working on your behalf. There's no need to obsess over the outcome, because the energetic connection has already been established. Visualizing with emotion is one of the most powerful techniques you can use to make a specific person think about you. By immersing yourself in a vivid mental image, attaching strong positive emotions to it, and practicing consistently, you create an energetic pull that subtly influences their thoughts. The more real and emotionally charged your visualization is, the more powerful the impact will be. Trust in the process. Stay aligned with the feelings you want to experience, and allow the energy of your visualization to guide both you and them toward the desired outcome. Repetition and consistency are the pillars upon which all successful manifestations rest. The power of these two principles lies in their ability to reprogram the mind and shape reality through sustained focus and deliberate action. When it comes to making a specific person think about you, repetition and consistency work hand in hand to create a continuous flow of energy that reinforces your desired outcome. Without these elements, even the most well-intentioned thoughts and visualizations can dissipate into nothing, leaving your desires unfulfilled. At its core, repetition is about the practice of consistently returning to the same thought, belief, or visualization over time. The mind is a malleable tool, and what you repeatedly impress upon it becomes your reality. When you repeatedly hold the thought that a specific person is thinking of you, this idea begins to take root in your subconscious. It is not enough to think of it once and expect immediate results. The subconscious mind, like the soil, requires consistent planting and nurturing to grow the seeds of your desires into full-blown reality. Every time you engage in a mental exercise, whether it's visualizing the person thinking of you, affirming that you are constantly on their mind, or simply holding the belief that your connection is growing stronger, you are making an impression on the subconscious. These impressions accumulate over time. With each repetition, the thought becomes more familiar to the mind, more ingrained in your consciousness, and more likely to manifest in your external world. In this way, repetition creates momentum, which then builds into a powerful force that can influence not only your own thoughts and actions, but also the thoughts and feelings of the other person. Consistency amplifies the effects of repetition. It's not just about repeating the same thought or visualization once in a while, it's about maintaining a steady, unwavering focus over an extended period. This consistency creates a stable, energetic environment in which your desires can flourish. Imagine the difference between planting a seed and watering it sporadically versus nurturing it with regular care every day. The same principle applies to your mental and emotional efforts. Consistent focus sends a clear, strong message to the universe, your subconscious, and the specific person you're thinking about. When you are consistent in your practice, you are telling the subconscious mind that this is important, that this is what you truly desire. The mind responds by reinforcing the belief, making it more dominant in your thoughts and emotions. As this belief becomes more firmly established, it begins to radiate outward, influencing the energy field around you. The energy you emit through your repeated and consistent thoughts begins to reach the person you are focused on, creating a subtle but powerful connection. They may not be consciously aware of it, but they will begin to sense your presence in their thoughts more and more frequently. This is why it's so crucial to be deliberate in what you choose to repeat and maintain consistency with. If you waver in your focus, if one day you believe they are thinking of you, and the next day you doubt it, you are sending mixed signals to your subconscious and to the energetic field. Inconsistency weakens the connection and can slow down or even reverse the process. On the other hand, unwavering repetition, accompanied by strong belief and emotion, creates a magnetic pull that becomes hard to ignore, both for you and for the person you're focused on. Consistency also involves commitment, a dedication to the process, regardless of how quickly or slowly results seem to be coming. The mind likes to revert to its old patterns of thought, especially if those patterns are rooted in doubt, fear, or lack. Repetition and consistency are your tools to break through these old mental habits and replace them with new, more empowering beliefs. Each time you catch yourself falling into a negative or doubtful mindset, you'll have the opportunity to redirect your focus back to your desired outcome. This redirection, practiced repeatedly, strengthens your new belief and weakens the old one. One of the key reasons repetition and consistency are so effective is that they help to reshape your self-concept. The way you see yourself plays a huge role in how others perceive you, including the specific person you want to think about you. If you consistently affirm and visualize that they are thinking of you, over time you begin to embody the version of yourself that naturally draws their attention. You no longer feel the need to chase or force anything, because your internal reality, the reality that you are always on their mind, becomes your dominant state of being. This state of being radiates outward and influences how they respond to you. Another important aspect of repetition and consistency is that they keep you in alignment with your desired outcome. When you consistently focus on the fact that they are thinking of you, you are aligning your thoughts, emotions, and energy with that reality. This alignment is what allows you to move from a place of desire to a place of receiving. It ensures that you are always in the right energetic state to attract the outcome you want. Repetition strengthens this alignment, while consistency ensures that you stay on the right path, even when doubts or distractions try to pull you off course. It's also important to note that repetition and consistency extend beyond just mental exercises like affirmations and visualizations. They should also be reflected in your daily actions and interactions. If you are repeatedly affirming that they are thinking of you, but your actions suggest otherwise, for example, if you act out of desperation or insecurity, the inconsistency between your thoughts and actions can create mixed results. Instead, your actions should mirror the confidence and certainty that your repeated affirmations have instilled in you. Act as though you know they are thinking of you, and let this knowing guide your interactions with them and others. Repetition and consistency are essential for creating lasting changes in your reality and for influencing the thoughts of a specific person. By repeatedly impressing the belief that they are thinking of you onto your subconscious and maintaining consistent focus on that belief, you create a powerful energetic pull that draws them closer to you. Through this process, you reshape your self-concept, align with your desired outcome, and ultimately manifest the connection you seek. The inner state is the foundation of all manifestations. Every external experience you encounter first begins as an internal one. If you feel doubt, uncertainty, or fear within, those feelings project outward, creating experiences that reflect them. On the other hand, if you cultivate a deep inner state of confidence, love, and certainty, that energy radiates outward and begins to shape your reality in alignment with your desires. Therefore, aligning with your inner state is the key to ensuring that your energy is in complete harmony with the reality you wish to create. When you want a specific person to think about you, the first step is to observe your current inner state regarding them. Are you feeling anxious, worried, or needy? Or are you calm, confident, and sure of your connection? The emotions you feel inside are what determine the energy you send out. If your inner state is filled with doubt, even if you are visualizing them thinking of you, the energy behind your thoughts will be conflicted. They may sense the uncertainty rather than the magnetic pull of your confidence. Aligning with your inner state means becoming aware of these emotions and consciously shifting them to match the reality you desire. If you want them to think of you constantly, you must first believe that this is possible, and more importantly, that it is already happening. This belief must not be something you simply tell yourself, but something you deeply feel. You have to feel the certainty that they are thinking of you right now, even if there is no immediate physical evidence. This certainty will naturally align your inner state with the desired outcome, creating the conditions for it to manifest. One way to align with your inner state is through the practice of self-concept. Your self-concept is how you see yourself in relation to the world and others. If you see yourself as someone who is constantly on the mind of this specific person, you are aligning with that reality. This isn't about pretending or forcing anything. It's about genuinely shifting your internal beliefs to reflect this truth. You must believe that you are worthy of being thought about, that you are interesting, desirable, and unforgettable. When your self-concept aligns with this reality, you naturally project that energy, which then influences the other person's perception of you. Another important aspect of aligning with your inner state is emotional mastery. Emotions are powerful indicators of your inner state, and they also act as signals to the universe and others. If you want to manifest a specific person's thoughts, it's crucial to cultivate emotions that are in harmony with that goal. Instead of feeling anxious about whether they're thinking of you, focus on generating feelings of love, joy, and gratitude. These high vibrational emotions create a magnetic energy that draws others to you, including the person you're focused on. Visualization can be a powerful tool in helping you align with your inner state. When you visualize, it's not just about seeing the outcome you want, it's about feeling it. Imagine the person thinking about you, and then ask yourself, how does that feel? Does it feel exciting? Does it give you a sense of warmth and connection? Whatever feelings arise, allow yourself to fully experience them in the present moment. By doing this, you're aligning your emotional state with the outcome you want. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes to remain in that aligned state throughout your day, even when you're not actively visualizing. A key element in alignment is the ability to detach from the outcome while maintaining the inner state. This may sound contradictory, but it's an essential part of the process. When you are too attached to the outcome, constantly checking for signs or worrying about whether the person is thinking of you, you create resistance. This resistance disrupts the flow of energy and prevents the manifestation from occurring smoothly. Instead, focus on aligning with your inner state and trust that the outer reality will follow. When you are truly aligned, you don't need to force or chase the outcome because you know it's already on its way. It's important to be patient with yourself as you work on aligning with your inner state. Shifting your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions takes time and practice, especially if you're working through old patterns of doubt or insecurity. But with consistent effort, you will begin to notice that it becomes easier to stay aligned with the feelings of certainty and confidence that this person is thinking of you. Over time, these internal shifts will create external changes, and you will see the evidence of your alignment reflected in their behavior and thoughts toward you. One of the most powerful ways to maintain alignment with your inner state is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive, present tense statements that reinforce the reality you wish to create. By repeating affirmations such as "I am always on their mind," "They think of me constantly with love and affection," or "Our connection grows stronger every day," you are training your mind to align with that truth. These affirmations help to rewire your subconscious, ensuring that your inner state remains consistent with your desired outcome. In addition to affirmations, mindfulness is another valuable practice for maintaining alignment. Throughout the day, check in with yourself and observe how you're feeling. Are you aligned with the certainty that they are thinking of you, or have you drifted into doubt or fear? If you notice that your inner state has shifted, gently bring yourself back into alignment through deep breathing, visualization, or repeating your affirmations. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to stay in alignment with your desired outcome. Aligning with your inner state is about cultivating the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that match the reality you want to experience. By focusing on your self-concept, practicing emotional mastery, and using tools like visualization and affirmations, you can align your inner world with the desire for a specific person to think about you. This alignment creates a powerful energetic pull that draws them into your orbit, effortlessly manifesting the connection you seek. Shifting someone's awareness toward you is an art that involves influencing their subconscious mind through the deliberate use of your own thoughts, emotions, and energy. The power to make someone think of you lies in your ability to subtly direct their attention without them even realizing it. This is not about controlling another person, but rather guiding their focus toward you by shifting the energy between the two of you in a way that feels natural to them. To do this, you must first shift your own awareness in a way that impacts the shared energetic space between you and the person. Awareness operates on a subtle level. We are all constantly tuning into frequencies of thought, energy, and emotions, even if we're not consciously aware of it. When you want to shift someone's awareness toward you, the key is to start by tuning your own awareness into the state where you already believe they are thinking about you. This creates a vibrational link between your mind and theirs. Your thoughts and emotions send out signals that others pick up on, even when they're not physically near you. The more you focus on this connection, the more the other person will naturally feel drawn to think about you. To shift their awareness, you must become extremely conscious of where your own awareness is at all times. Ask yourself, what am I thinking and feeling about this person right now? Are you focusing on their absence, or are you imagining them already thinking about you? If you're focused on the absence, you're sending out a signal that emphasizes the gap between you, which will likely push them away energetically. On the other hand, if you focus on the idea that they are thinking about you right now, and you deeply believe it, you create a magnetic energy that subtly pulls their attention toward you. In this process, your inner dialogue plays a huge role. Your thoughts are powerful. They are the instructions you give to the universe, and they shape the energy you radiate. When you think about this specific person, what kind of internal conversations are you having? Are you wondering if they're thinking of you, or are you confidently stating in your mind that they are? The latter approach is far more effective, because it aligns your awareness with the reality you want to create. By continuously affirming that they are thinking of you, you send out a strong vibrational message that naturally shifts their awareness toward you. Beyond your thoughts, your emotions are also essential in shifting someone's awareness. Emotions carry a much stronger frequency than thoughts alone, which means they have a greater influence on the energy you project. If you feel anxious or uncertain when thinking about this person, that energy is what they'll pick up on. But if you feel calm, confident, and loving, you are more likely to create a harmonious and magnetic connection that draws their awareness toward you. The stronger your emotional alignment with the reality you desire, the more powerful your energetic influence becomes. Another aspect of shifting their awareness lies in visualization. Visualization is a tool that allows you to focus your awareness and project specific images and scenarios into your energetic space. To shift someone's awareness toward you, visualize them thinking about you. Picture them in their daily life, going about their routine, but suddenly pausing to think about you. See their face light up with curiosity or affection as they remember a moment you shared or think about reaching out to you. The more vividly you can imagine this, the more real it becomes in your mind, and as a result, the stronger the energetic link you create with them. The key to effective visualization is to infuse it with emotion and belief. It's not enough to simply see them thinking of you, you have to feel it. When you visualize, imagine how it would feel to know that they are thinking about you right now. You feel the warmth, the excitement, or the sense of connection that comes with that realization. As you do this, you are aligning your awareness with the reality where they are already focused on you. The stronger you hold this feeling, the more naturally their awareness will shift in your direction, as they subconsciously respond to the energy you are projecting. It's important to remember that the process of shifting their awareness also involves detachment. This doesn't mean giving up on the idea of them thinking about you, but rather releasing the need to control how or when it happens. When you become too fixated on the outcome, you create resistance that blocks the flow of energy between you. Instead, trust that your efforts to shift their awareness are working, even if you don't see immediate results. By letting go of the need for instant validation, you allow the process to unfold more naturally, which makes it easier for their awareness to shift toward you without interference. One of the most powerful ways to maintain this shift in awareness is through consistency. The more consistently you align your thoughts, emotions, and energy with the idea that they are thinking about you, the stronger the connection becomes. This doesn't mean obsessively thinking about them all the time, but rather holding the quiet, confident belief that their awareness is naturally drawn to you. Each time you think of them, do so from a place of certainty, not longing. Each time you feel something for them, let it be rooted in love and confidence, not anxiety or doubt. This consistent energy strengthens the bond between you on an unseen level. It's crucial to understand that shifting their awareness toward you is not about forcing anything. You cannot make someone think about you through sheer willpower or desperation. Instead, it's about creating an energetic space that naturally invites them to think about you. This is done by aligning your own awareness with the reality you want to experience and projecting that energy outward with confidence and calmness. When you approach it from this space, their awareness will begin to shift in your direction, because you have made it easy for them to do so. Shifting someone's awareness involves tuning your own awareness to the reality where they are already thinking about you. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, and energy with this outcome, you create a vibrational link that subtly influences their subconscious mind. Through visualization, emotional alignment, and consistent belief, you naturally draw their attention toward you, allowing their thoughts to gravitate toward you without force or effort. The more aligned you are with the feeling of being thought about, the more likely it is that their awareness will shift toward you, creating the connection you desire. To feel the reality now is to immerse yourself in the experience of your desire as if it is already present in your life. It is about shifting your focus from the external world of appearances to the internal realm of imagination, where the seeds of reality are planted. When you learn to feel the reality of what you want in the present moment, you activate the power of creation within you. This is the key to manifesting anything in your life, especially when it comes to making a specific person think about you. By embodying the feelings of already having what you desire, you set into motion the energetic forces that will align your external reality with your inner state. The idea behind feeling the reality now is simple. The mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and one that is happening in the physical world. When you engage your emotions and senses in the process of imagining your desired outcome, you create a powerful signal that resonates on a subconscious level. This signal influences not only your mind but also the minds of others, including the specific person you want to think about you. By feeling the reality of their attention and affection now, you draw their awareness toward you in a way that feels effortless and natural. As you cultivate these feelings, notice how they begin to shift your internal state. You are no longer focused on the absence of the person or wondering whether they are thinking about you. Instead, you are living in the state of already being thought of. This is a crucial distinction because the energy of lack creates resistance, whereas the energy of fulfillment opens the door for your desires to manifest. The more vividly and consistently you can feel this state, the more powerful your ability to influence the external world becomes. Engage your imagination in this process. Picture yourself interacting with this person, having a conversation where they express how much they've been thinking about you. Imagine the look in their eyes, the tone of their voice, and the emotions they are feeling as they speak to you. Make this scenario as real as possible in your mind. The more detail you can add, the more tangible it becomes. But remember, the key is not just to see it in your mind, but to feel it deeply in your body. Feel the joy, the connection, and the excitement as though it's happening now. Feeling the reality now is not just about thinking positively or wishing for something to happen. It is about embodying the experience of your desire as if it is already a fact. When you truly feel the reality of being thought about by this specific person, you align your energy with the version of reality where this is true. You stop chasing or longing for their attention because you are no longer in a state of needing it. Instead, you are in a state of having it. This shift in energy is what draws their thoughts toward you, sometimes in ways that seem almost magical. One of the most important aspects of this practice is consistency. It's not enough to feel the reality for a moment, and then return to doubting or worrying about whether they are thinking of you. You must live in this feeling as often as possible, making it a natural part of your everyday experience. Every time you catch yourself wondering whether they are thinking of you, or feeling uncertain about the outcome, bring yourself back to the feeling of certainty. Remind yourself that in the realm of imagination, it is already done. This feeling of already done is what creates the shift from desire to manifestation. When you feel the reality now, you are also sending out a powerful vibrational signal to the universe. This signal attracts experiences, people, and circumstances that match the frequency of your current emotional state. If your emotional state is one of fulfillment and certainty, you will attract more of that into your life. This is why it's so important to stay connected to the feeling of already having what you desire. The more you can maintain this feeling, the faster your external reality will begin to reflect it. This principle works not only on a universal level, but also on a personal one. The person you want to think about you is also part of the collective energy that you are influencing. When you feel the reality of their attention, you send out a subconscious message that they pick up on, even if they are not aware of it. They begin to feel drawn to you, not because you are trying to force their attention, but because your energy is naturally inviting them in. They may start thinking about you more often, feeling curious or compelled to reach out to you, without fully understanding why. This is the power of feeling the reality now. It shifts the dynamic without the need for direct action. It's important to trust this process. Doubt and fear can creep in, especially if you don't see immediate results. But remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. If you can hold on to the feeling of the reality now, despite what the outer world shows you, you will eventually see the manifestation of your desire. The timing may not always be immediate, but the shift will come if you stay committed to feeling the reality in the present moment. Feeling the reality now is about becoming the version of yourself who already has what you desire. It's about embodying the emotions, thoughts, and energy of that version of yourself every day. When you do this, you align with the frequency of your desired outcome and create a magnetic force that draws it toward you. The specific person you want to think about you will begin to do so, not because you are trying to manipulate or control them, but because your energy naturally pulls their awareness in your direction. The more you feel this reality in the now, the more inevitable it becomes. Inner conversations are the silent dialogues you have with yourself throughout the day, and they hold immense power when it comes to manifesting your desires, especially influencing someone's thoughts. These internal dialogues shape your perception of reality, and they have a direct influence on your interactions with the world, including how people respond to you. When you master the art of inner conversations, you gain the ability to steer the direction of your life and influence how others perceive and think about you. The key to using inner conversations to make a specific person think about you is to craft these dialogues in a way that aligns with the reality you want to create. Many people unconsciously engage in negative or doubtful self-talk, which only reinforces the unwanted situations in their lives. For example, if you want someone to think about you, but your inner dialogue is filled with thoughts like, "They probably aren't thinking about me," or "They've forgotten about me," you are affirming the very reality you do not want. These thoughts send a message to your subconscious mind, which in turn shapes your external world to match those beliefs. Instead, to manifest the attention and thoughts of a specific person, you must shift your inner conversations to reflect the reality where they are already thinking about you. Begin by consciously imagining conversations where they express their thoughts about you in a positive and affectionate way. For instance, imagine them saying, "I can't stop thinking about you," or "You've been on my mind all day." As you repeat these imagined dialogues in your mind, they become ingrained in your subconscious, which starts to accept them as true. The more vividly you can imagine these conversations, the more power they hold. In these inner conversations, it's important to not only focus on the words, but also on the emotions behind them. How does it feel when this person tells you they've been thinking about you? Does it bring a sense of joy, comfort, or excitement? Allow yourself to fully feel these emotions as you engage in these mental dialogues. The emotional component is crucial because it adds energy to your thoughts, making them more potent in shaping your reality. The emotions are the fuel that drives the manifestation process, and when you feel the reality of these conversations, you create a strong vibrational pull that draws this person into your life. As you practice these inner conversations, make sure that they are consistent. It's easy to slip back into old patterns of doubt and fear, especially if you don't see immediate external results. However, consistency is key. The more you engage in positive inner dialogues, the more they become your natural way of thinking. Over time, they replace the old negative thought patterns that may have been sabotaging your desires. The shift in your inner conversations will eventually be reflected in your outer world. When you hold these inner conversations, you are also influencing your subconscious mind, which is directly connected to the collective consciousness. This means that your inner thoughts and feelings are not isolated to you alone. They affect the people around you, including the specific person you want to think about you. Every thought you have carries energy, and when you consistently imagine this person thinking about you, you are sending out energetic signals that they can pick up on, even if they are unaware of it on a conscious level. Over time, they may start thinking about you more often, feeling drawn to you in a way that seems natural and effortless. It's also important to pay attention to the tone and intention behind your inner conversations. If you engage in these dialogues from a place of desperation or neediness, you may inadvertently push the person away. Desperate energy creates resistance, which can block the manifestation process. Instead, approach your inner conversations with a sense of calm confidence. Imagine the person thinking about you because they genuinely enjoy your presence, not because you are trying to force them to. When you radiate a sense of self-assuredness and ease, the energy you project is more inviting and attractive. One of the most powerful aspects of inner conversations is that they allow you to rewrite past interactions and experiences. If you've had negative encounters with this person, or if there's been a history of tension or distance, you can use your inner dialogues to revise those events. In your mind, imagine a conversation where the person expresses understanding, forgiveness, or affection. Picture them reaching out to you, wanting to reconnect or clarify things. By revising the past in your inner conversations, you create a new emotional and mental framework that can lead to a different outcome in your future interactions with this person. Inner conversations also help you stay aligned with your desired outcome. They keep you focused on the reality you want to create, rather than being swayed by external circumstances. If, for example, you don't hear from the person for a while, it's easy to start doubting or feeling insecure. However, by maintaining positive inner conversations, you reinforce the belief that they are thinking about you, even if you don't see immediate evidence of it. This keeps your energy aligned with your desire and prevents you from falling into a state of lack or doubt. Over time, as you consistently engage in these inner conversations, you will notice subtle shifts in your reality. The person may start reaching out more, expressing interest, or showing signs that they've been thinking about you. These changes may happen gradually, but they are a reflection of the work you've done on the inside. Your inner world always precedes your outer world, and by mastering your inner conversations, you can influence how people think and respond to you. Inner conversations are a powerful tool for aligning your thoughts and emotions with the reality you want to create. They allow you to consciously direct your energy toward your desired outcome and influence the thoughts of others in a way that feels natural and effortless. By consistently engaging in positive inner dialogues, where the specific person is thinking about you, you plant the seeds of manifestation that will eventually bear fruit in your external world. The key is to remain persistent, confident, and emotionally connected to the reality you are creating, trusting that your inner conversations are shaping your future with each passing moment. Releasing resistance is one of the most essential, yet often overlooked, aspects of manifesting your desires. When it comes to making a specific person think about you nonstop, it's not just about focusing your thoughts on them. It's about removing any mental or emotional blocks that stand in the way of your manifestation. Resistance occurs when you have conflicting beliefs, doubts, or fears that contradict what you are trying to create. These blocks prevent the flow of energy that is necessary to bring your desires into reality. Learning to release resistance is a key step in aligning with the outcome you want and allowing the universe to work on your behalf without hindrance. One of the most common forms of resistance comes from impatience. When you want someone to think about you, it's easy to become fixated on when and how it will happen. You may constantly check your phone, look for signs, or overanalyze their actions to see if your manifestation is working. This creates a sense of attachment and urgency, which only builds more resistance. The energy of impatience is rooted in lack. It implies that you don't believe your desire is already on its way. This lack-based mindset keeps you stuck in the vibration of not having, which ultimately pushes your manifestation further away. To release resistance, you must cultivate patience and trust. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you can't see the evidence of it right away. Another major source of resistance comes from limiting beliefs. These are the thoughts and beliefs that tell you it's not possible, that you're not good enough, or that the person you want to think about you wouldn't be interested in you. These beliefs often run deep, sometimes stemming from past experiences or conditioning. When you hold these kinds of beliefs, even if they are subtle or unconscious, they send mixed signals to the universe. On one hand, you may be focusing on what you want this person thinking about you, but on the other hand, your underlying beliefs are telling a different story. This creates a conflict in your energy that prevents your manifestation from coming to fruition. Releasing resistance involves identifying and replacing these limiting beliefs with empowering ones that align with your desired outcome. One of the most powerful ways to release resistance is to practice non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring about your desire or give up on it. It means you detach from the outcome in a way that allows you to be at peace, whether it happens or not. When you are attached to a specific outcome, you hold on tightly to the idea of how things must unfold. This tight grip creates tension and blocks the flow of energy. Non-attachment, on the other hand, frees you from the need to control the process. It allows you to remain open to the infinite possibilities of how and when your desire will manifest. When you release the need to know exactly how this person will start thinking about you, you create space for the universe to deliver your desire in the most effortless and unexpected ways. Fear and doubt are also significant forms of resistance. It's natural to experience moments of doubt, especially when you're trying to manifest something as specific as influencing someone's thoughts. You may wonder if it's really possible, or if you're doing it right. Fear of failure or rejection can creep in, making you question whether this person will ever think about you at all. These negative emotions lower your vibrational frequency and keep you stuck in a state of resistance. To release this form of resistance, it's important to acknowledge your doubts and fears without letting them take control. Rather than suppressing or ignoring them, allow yourself to feel them fully and then let them go. Remember that your doubts are just thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. The more you shift your focus back to trust and belief, the more you dissolve the resistance that's holding you back. Another aspect of releasing resistance is letting go of the how many people get caught up in trying to figure out the exact steps or methods that will make their manifestation happen. You might start overthinking, trying different techniques, or constantly searching for signs to reassure you that things are working. But when you become obsessed with the how, you're actually reinforcing the idea that you don't believe it's possible unless you control every detail. This creates resistance because it blocks the natural flow of energy that brings manifestations to life. Letting go of the need to control the how means trusting that the universe knows the best way to bring your desire to you. It's about surrendering your need for control and trusting that everything is being orchestrated behind the scenes. Releasing resistance also involves letting go of any emotional baggage or past experiences that may be clouding your energy. If you've had negative experiences with this person or in past relationships, you may be holding on to unresolved emotions like anger, resentment, or disappointment. These emotions create energetic blocks that prevent your desire from coming into your life. To release this kind of resistance, you must do the inner work of healing and letting go. This could involve forgiving the person, forgiving yourself, or simply acknowledging and releasing the emotional pain you've been carrying. When you clear these emotional blocks, you free up space for new energy to flow in and for your manifestation to take root. Lastly, one of the most effective ways to release resistance is through mindfulness and present moment awareness. Resistance often stems from either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When you're focused on what hasn't worked in the past or anxious about what might happen in the future, you're not in alignment with the present moment, where all manifestation occurs. By bringing your attention back to the present, you release the grip of past fears and future anxieties. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply being fully present in your daily activities help you stay grounded and aligned with your desires. The more present you are, the less resistance you create, and the more easily your manifestations can unfold. In essence, releasing resistance is about surrendering to the process, trusting in the unfolding of your desires, and clearing away any mental or emotional blocks that are in the way. It's about letting go of control, fear, and doubt, and allowing yourself to flow with the natural energy of the universe. When you release resistance, you align with the frequency of what you want, making it easier for your desires, including someone thinking about you, to manifest effortlessly and naturally. In conclusion, manifesting the constant thoughts of a specific person requires a deep understanding of how to influence and align your inner world to attract the desired outcome. Through the practices, we've explored fostering an energetic connection, assuming they are thinking of you, visualizing with emotion, embracing repetition and consistency, aligning with your inner state, shifting their awareness, feeling the reality now, engaging in inner conversations, and releasing resistance. You build a powerful framework for making your desires a reality. Each of these practices is interwoven into the fabric of effective manifestation. By focusing on creating and maintaining a strong energetic connection, you establish the vibrational frequency that resonates with your desire. Assuming that the person is already thinking about you, and visualizing those thoughts with rich, emotional detail, reinforces the belief in their reality. Consistent repetition ensures that this belief becomes a natural part of your mindset, while alignment with your inner state and shifting their awareness help in maintaining the right frequency. Feeling the reality of your desire in the present moment, engaging in supportive inner conversations, and effectively releasing resistance further refine your ability to attract the specific thoughts of this person. Each practice, when implemented with intention and conviction, clears the path for your manifestation to unfold effortlessly. Remember, manifestation is not just about thinking positively, but about embodying the feeling of already having what you desire. It requires patience, trust, and a deep understanding that your inner state of being shapes your external reality. By mastering these practices, you harness the power to influence not only your own experiences, but also how others perceive and think about you. Embrace this process with confidence and awareness, knowing that you are aligning with the energy of your desires and opening the door to their realization.